Welcome back, everyone, to episode 2 of Digging Deep, where we dig deep into each one of DayZ's firearms, look at statistics, and determine whether or not these are worth your time, worth using. We're not necessarily ranking weapons with these videos, but we're simply just having a discussion about them. What are they capable of? What are their shots to kill like? Recoils? What are the best ranges for these weapons? Today, we're going to have a very special guest, and we'll get to that in a second. Looks like he's showed up already, so maybe we'll get this going. Now, no further introduction is needed, but everyone, round of applause, and welcome to the set, the AUR-A1. Now, Mr. Aura, can I call you Aura? Is that fine? How was the flight from Austria? That's quite a haul. I hate when my spare mags get confiscated by TSA. It happens every time. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's go ahead and talk about shots to kill. Shots to kill with the AUR-A1. What is this gun used for? This is an assault rifle. So we're going to look at fairly close quarter scenarios, short to mid range, let's say 50 meters, plate carrier targets, and we're talking about chest shots because, hey, as you know, this is most common if you've been here a while. This is the standard unit of measurement that we use to judge these scenarios on, is plate carrier targets, everyone's full health, and chest shots, because that's largely what happens in the game most commonly. Let's go. We're going to pull up a graph.
We are interrupting your scheduled broadcast to tell you that all statistics in this video are provided by Wobo Tools. A link on screen and a link in the description below. All credit to Wobo Tools for statistics. And now, back to your regular scheduled programming.
So, what is this gun capable of in its most effective ranges? This gun is capable of a 4-shot kill, which is, as far as round count goes, on the lower side of shots required to kill a player. This is actually quite a good gun with a fire rate of 600 rounds per minute. That is actually on par with weapons like the KA-74, and though they are the same fire rate, the AUG does outperform the KA-74 with that 4-shot kill. The KA-74 is a 5-shot kill to the chest. Similar guns, and only similar in this way, because the guns I'm about to mention are much better guns. But this is just, for comparison. The M4A1 is a 4-shot to the chest kill, and so is the AUR-AX. Now, obviously, those are better guns, but that should speak volumes about how usable this AUG is. And what you're looking at here with these numbers is one of the factors that holds the AUR-AX back just a little bit, is that it doesn't retain that 4-shot kill over super long ranges. Now, does that matter so much? Well, probably not, because this is an assault rifle. Shooting an assault rifle beyond 100 is kind of silly. I think 70 meters is going to cover you. As far as ranges that you should probably use an assault rifle at, this thing really isn't going to let you down. So what other problems does the AUR-A1 have? One common complaint about the AUR-A1 is the integrated optic. So the optic you are stuck with, it does not come off this weapon. The toggleable options there are going to be an iron sight, and you can toggle that over to a scope. The iron sights are pretty bad. They're just a little too chunky to use. Even in like shorter ranges, they can be kind of awkward. So I kind of recommend that you don't use that at all. But the magnified optic on it is actually quite unique within the game, in that I believe, unless I'm wrong, and I could be, but I'm pretty certain that it is the only optic that offers a 1.5 times zoom. Most of the other red dots and combat sights really don't offer a zoom, a magnification at all. They are just a clearer sight picture. Well, this optic doesn't pigeonhole you into needing a close quarters optic or a long range optic. It's going to help you with both. It's a little awkward because the reticle is actually just a circle, so you're shooting inside that circle. That's where your target should be. but its unique zoom option for an assault rifle, this is only going to help in every single scenario. It's not a high enough magnification that it will hurt you in close quarters. It'll probably just help you land shots. And then if you have to shoot it at a little bit of a further range, well, it's only going to aid you there because it is a little bit more zoom. Now, it's nothing like a 3x zoom or the new 10x scope that was added for some of the Western style rifles, like the M4A1. That's a 10 times magnification. That's kind of overkill for most ranges that you would want to shoot an assault rifle at. So I can't say that this is really a downside. I would just recommend that you not use the irons that are available on the top of that optic. I would just say stick with the 1.5. It's probably just going to help you out a lot. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of closeted people in the community that kind of like it.
Okay, now let's talk about projectile speeds, bullet velocity. So what do we got? We got a pretty impressive projectile speed of 722.5 meters per second. And this might not be a commonly known thing. This is on the higher side of projectile speeds as it pertains to assault rifles, your AUR-AX, Lamas, and M16 being the highest projectile speed available on any assault rifle. But the AUR-A1, for as short as it is, hangs in pretty tight. It's not quite as much as the M4 or the KA101, but it's close enough. The LAR a little bit slower just because of that bigger round, but for the size of this weapon, which is quite short, is kind of surprising combined with the projectile speed, but that is due to its bullpup design. Now, what does this shortness buy us? Let's take a look at that. Okay, so 73 centimeters is quite short. We have to remember that this is overall length, so 73 centimeters, this makes it the fourth shortest weapon as far as assault rifles go. And I think many people look at this stat and probably think, oh, well, shortness is good for CQB and affects how close you can get to a wall. But shortness is overall length, as we've said. It doesn't factor in for the fact that this is a bullpup rifle. And I believe this next slide here, again, these are from Wobo. Check Wobo out. This next slide here demonstrates something that's probably not commonly known, and it's that because of this bullpup design, this actually has the highest degree of raise freedom, meaning your ability to raise this rifle close to objects is higher than that of even longer assault rifles, well, even shorter assault rifles in overall length is what I mean to say. Because of its bullpup design, the barrel simply protrudes less. And that will allow you to round corners, be closer to cover, things like that, which can be helpful if that's your playstyle. If you're very hyper aggressive, you want to get in the action. This gun, being a smaller gun, also helps because it is easier to carry. You can almost stick it in your pocket. It takes up an inventory slot size of 18 slots, which means it would fit in most people's pants if you're running a 20 slot pants item. But you could also stow it in a bag, even in most shirts. So this is a versatile little tool. I feel that it's underrated.
The AUR-A1 is actually just kind of nuts.
You're gonna love my nuts. Watch this.
So where can you get your hands on this thing? This is a dynamic event weapon. So heli crashes, military convoys, and military trains are a possibility for you to find this weapon. There are a minimum of, there's a nominal of 2, a minimum of 1. So this weapon is one of those guns that is relatively rare. You guys know how I feel about rarity. It doesn't matter when you're talking about how good a gun is. The best guns in this game are the rarest guns in the game. Shut your mouth. Be quiet. So these are on the map, available to find. The mags are also quite rare. Look, if you want a dynamic event gun, go out west somewhere where there's a central point where you can farm 3 dynamic events for like a day or 2. You're going to get all kinds of guns because all of these dynamic event guns have minimum and maximum values. They are always there. They are not counted in a player's inventory. They are not counted in a player's stash. They're always on the map. Don't be crybaby. That's bad. That's bad.
yeah, dynamic events is the way to go if you're looking for this guy. Okay, and how about recoil? So recoil, it is actually identical to its older brother, the AUR-AX, being a value of 105. The lower the number, the better the recoil. So this is interesting. It's not something I knew until looking at this just now, because this is a very good recoil. Anything below really 100, like 105, anything below, well, 105 or below is I mean, quite good. If you've shot the AUR-AX, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. And then the Kvirus platform being essentially no recoil at 70. It may have the same low recoil as the AUR-AX, but it cannot take any attachments that further help reduce the recoil. Like suppressors take a little bit off, and so do heavyweight mags like the 60 rounder. So it doesn't get that benefit, but the base recoil is quite good. All right, and that about wraps it up for the AUR-A1. I would say highly underrated weapon. Let me know what you think about this gun in the comments down below. Also, let me know if there's a gun you'd like to see next episode. I'm already kind of working through quite a few requests. Let me know what you'd like to see. Do the like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Also, if you'd wish to support me in another way, I do have a Patreon available. For as little as $1 a month, you could help greatly improve the content on this channel, what I can and cannot do. I'd also like to take this time to mention that I have a community server on PlayStation. It is called Official Premium. You can search it, all caps. We've got quite a cool dynamic going on there. We have kind of a quest line that locks you out of some of the best items in the game, and it's necessary to complete that quest line to get your hands on certain things, increasing the value of some of the best guns, the best attachments, by just lengthening out the time it takes you to get those. We do have build anywhere, unlimited stamina. Other than that, plays a lot like official. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace.